Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here again at the National Weather Service office in Pocatello with your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Saturday, October 18th. Key points here for the next few days. We're still in this general break between systems. It is not going to be bad out there today at all. Dry conditions for the entire forecast area. Mostly clear, mostly sunny skies across the region. Winds won't be too bad. Might be just a touch chilly, depending on your preferences and what you're doing out there. But otherwise, all in all, not a bad day at all for your Saturday here across Southeast Idaho. We'll see even a little more warmth, a quick warm up tomorrow. Low elevation temperatures reaching the 60s across much of the area on Sunday. But we're going to overlap that warmth with our next system moving in. So we're expecting this to come in, depending on where you live, starting late Sunday morning for places like the Central Mountain region, or Sunday afternoon as soon as you go south and east into the eastern Magic Valley, into the Snake Plain, and eventually the southern and eastern highlands. We're expecting this system to really move in Sunday afternoon, and this will all continue into Monday morning. Yesterday, we told you models were trending a little bit windier with this system, and that's still the case. Still seeing the winds tick up just a little bit with each forecast update here. But the system was trending drier, and that's no longer the case in our guidance. Actually, some spots have gotten just a little wetter in the latest couple forecast updates that we've done here. So that trend has stopped. I think most of the region does have a solid chance at seeing at least some light shower activity out of this system. But it will be a fast mover. Again, we're going to wrap everything up by Monday morning. Strongest winds are expected Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. For some of you, that'll be kind of the bigger impact. And then snow accumulation out of this system, mostly expected above 6,500 feet. That doesn't mean we won't see some snow showers below that. Over the course of the system, the snow levels are going to come down very close to valley floors. But as far as locations that are actually going to see the snow accumulating on the ground, really expecting that to stay above about 6,500 feet for most of the region. So here's your weather risk outlook. Very obvious where that system is. Here it is, Sunday into early Monday. So no concerns here for your Saturday. On Sunday, breezy conditions across the region, as we mentioned. Afternoon rain showers if you're south and east of the Central Mountain region. They'll start during the morning, late morning for portions of the Central Mountain region. And then as we go into Monday, the eastern highlands in particular, locations east of I-15, seeing some lingering snow shower activity during the morning. Lemhi County as well. But as we go through the course of the morning, even that is going to wrap up, and we're going to see a mostly dry day for most of you for most of Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday turning quiet again, even a little bit warmer on the temperatures as well behind this quick system moving through. No watches, warnings, or advisories in effect locally here as we kick off your Saturday morning. Current satellite not showing much either. You can see a few high clouds trying to stream in here across the state of Washington into Idaho, but really not much out there. And if you remember, these bluish colors here that are floating around on the satellite are indicative of low stratus clouds or some fog, and you can see that we're not even seeing a lot of coverage of that this morning either. The low levels are much drier than what we've seen over the past couple days. So most of you are going to wake up to sunshine this morning and nothing on radar, again, with our break here in between weather systems. High temperatures today, again, a little on the cool side for some of you. We will make it into the 50s here for the Snake Plain. Yesterday, I believe the Burley area got to about 60, 61 for your temperature. We're going to be within a degree or two of that again today, warmest readings down here across the Magic Valley. Even into the 50s here for Stanley, for Chalice, up to Rexburg as well. So not too bad out there, not really that different from what we saw yesterday. Here comes the warmth for Sunday, and it's too bad we can't stay dry all day ahead of this system because these temperatures are looking really nice. Low 60s all the way up into the Idaho Falls area and Swan Valley as well. Mid 60s for Pocatello, the Raft River region, Burley, Twin Falls, Shoshone. Still getting at least into the 50s in the rest of our mountain valleys, although you can see Downey, Preston, Montpelier probably getting ahead of 60 degrees here on Sunday. Of course, as we start to bring in some moisture and some precipitation. So let's look at wind first. Here's our latest maximum wind gusts that we are expecting for Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Entire region I'd say about 25 to maybe as high as 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This will vary just a little bit depending on your location, your elevation. Are you in a normally windy spot or not? This area here across the Arco Desert, INL, portions of the Snake Plain, maybe over toward Idaho Falls and Rexburg, a little bit higher chance of seeing maybe even some 35 and 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Not sure we're going to make it to advisory criteria for actually issuing an alert here for the wind, but particularly in this area I just mentioned where you see my pointer here, maybe high-profile vehicles are going to want to pay attention a little bit here to the wind. Some of the driving may be a little more difficult than usual if we do get some of those wind gusts of 40 miles an hour or so in that corridor. And then let's look at moisture. So over here on the left, this is total moisture. This is rain plus melted snow. And you can see we've filled in some more green shading here compared to yesterday across the Magic Valley region, the Snake Plain in general, whereas some of these areas were pretty much dry when we recorded yesterday's briefing. Up here in the portions of the Central Mountains, if you go north of Galena Summit, if you go west of Chalice, maybe seeing some locales pick up a quarter to a half an inch of liquid out of this, so a little bit wetter up that direction. That's going to be a mix of rain and snow depending on your elevation. Also over here along the Wyoming border, we'll see some heavier amounts, maybe a tenth to 2/10 of an inch, maybe a quarter inch for a few of you. Again, a mix of rain and snow. Still overall light. Again, just some light shower activity, 1 or 2 rounds moving through here across most of the rest of the forecast area with generally less than a tenth of an inch. Out of that, expected snowfall over here on the right. Again, depending on exactly when showers are happening, snow levels are going to be lowering almost to valley floors over the course of this event. Can't rule out seeing flakes in the air, particularly overnight Sunday night into early Monday morning, just about anywhere. But as far as where we're actually going to see accumulation, you can see those areas highlighted in blue. Note we're not seeing yellow. Yellow is 6 inches, so kind of putting some guardrails on it here. Not expecting anything that high. But places like Banner Summit, Galena Summit, Island Park, the passes up there. We got Tarhee Pass and Reynolds. Maybe the Teton Valley, Pine Creek Pass, places like that. We're looking at anywhere from a light coating to maybe an inch or two of snow possible out of this system. And, of course, slightly higher amounts at a few of the mountain peaks if you happen to be going into the backcountry or doing some hunting. So again, overall, not as much as we saw last system, not a terribly impactful system overall for most of us. It's going to be very quick. It's going to be out of here by late Monday morning, and then we're going to be dry and much calmer for your weather here for several days as we go into next week beyond this system. Monday, as we wrap up this system, colder temperatures only briefly. You can see we're barely getting to 50. 51, 53 here up the Snake Plain and Eastern Magic Valley corridor. Temperatures holding in the 40s in some of our higher elevations, as well as places like Island Park, Driggs, Swan Valley, down towards Soda Springs. But as soon as we move to Tuesday and beyond, you can see the temperatures do start to recover quite nicely. We're back to about 60 degrees across the Eastern Magic Valley and at least 50s for most of our other population centers. So, quick cool down behind the system, but it's not going to be too terrible, and we are going to recover a little bit more warmth and, again, dry weather as we go into your Tuesday, actually Wednesday and Thursday as well next week. That's what we're looking at. Any questions, comments, concerns, as always, please reach out to us. Everyone, enjoy the break, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the quiet day for your Saturday here across Southeast Idaho, and we'll talk again tomorrow morning.